Hello, this is Deb Joy Sneak from Delight of My Art, and today we are finishing up our Holiday Craft Fair series for 2024. Welcome back to everyone that's tuned in all week, and if you missed some of the videos, you can go back and see the other 4 projects that we did earlier this week. And if you're watching years later, thank you for tuning in and watching and getting excited about some ideas. I should have new products in my online store now. So thank you again for watching. Let's go ahead and get down to the desktop here. I apologize for being a little bit later than I intended today. There was a Stampin' Up! Event today, and so that just ended. I thought that it was going to be an hour and end at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, and it was lots longer than that, which was great for me. But I wanted to make sure that everybody else that was watching that also had an opportunity to finish that before popping on. So let's go ahead and put my face away. And we are focusing on these really cute tea and treat pouches. So these are so fun and cute. These might be a little bit more work than the other things that we've done all week, but look how cute they are. We have little tea pockets and a cute little tag in here. Room for three tea pouches or 2 with a little tag, and you just tuck in the top. So we have 2 that will fit tea, and then a slightly larger version to fit some M&Ms. So this one will fit 2 M&M pouches that are fun size. It says fun size on there. And this is might be a good birthday one or anything like that. It's always nice to have some options for people at holiday craft fairs that are not Christmas themed, just to entice those shoppers that are not quite ready for Christmas or already have all their Christmas gifts picked out, but they might have some birthdays coming up. So let's go ahead and put one of these together. I'm going to tell you the directions for the smaller one, and then I'll tell you the adjustments for the larger one. So don't let me forget to do that. Isn't this pretty? The flower on there. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll put these off to the side here. We're going to be using these 2 tea pouches for this one. You need a piece of DSP. This is 3 inches by 8.5. Says my mic was unplugged, but I don't think it was. I think you can still hear me. All right, so 3 inches by 8.5. And we need a piece of white that is 3 by 6. And then I did a little tag piece. So this is the 3rd largest in the countryside corners. This is for that little tea tag in there. This is the countryside corners dies. So it's that 3rd largest one, and we're just going to chop that down to 3 inches long. Nice and easy. And then we need 2 pieces of DSP for the front. This is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And then a littler piece that is 2 3/4 by 3/4. All right, so let's go ahead and put this together. I will put all those directions and dimensions in the description. I didn't do that quite yet, but I will do that at the end here. So most of you watching this video should have all of those on the replay, all of those dimensions. All right, so we're going to put this in our trimmer or your scoreboard, and we're going to score at 3, at 3 3/4, 6 3/4. So you'll take your arm out there, put those off to the side there. 6 3/4. This way you get 3 of these out of 1 sheet of cardstock. And then we're going to score again at 7.5. In fact, if you wanted to cut a piece that was 9 this way and score all of those at once and then cut them apart at 3 and 6, you could do 3 at once. So this is our base piece, and then we're going to do the scoring on this white piece while we have our trimmer out. I'm going to score this every 1/2 inch. So I'm going to put this with the 3 inch at the top, and we're just going to score that at 1/2 inch. I'm going to turn it this way. 1 inch. 1.5. And you could go every other and then flip it over and do the scoring the right way, so it's a little bit easier to fold, but whatever floats your boat. And 2.5. So every half an inch. And then you're just going to cut it in half at 3. So we have 2 of those. Hello, everyone. Thank you for watching. All right, so these pieces that we just cut, we're just going to accordion fold all of these. It doesn't matter which way. You just want to make sure that you're folding nicely along those score lines. So we have a little accordion, and the same with the other one. I don't know about you guys, but when I do crafting, I often will make little pieces that are extra. I'm just talking while I'm putting this stuff together. That are just extra little pieces, extra die cuts, extra little flower bits, or decorations that I haven't used on anything. And so this is the time where I'll pull out all of those things that I've already pre-cut and put them on things. So you could use some of your ephemera here if you wanted to decorate the front here like we did yesterday, or some of your pre-cut die things, or you can die cut new ones. All right, so we're going to fold on this one now. This is the base. Again, this was scored. It's a 3" by 8.5, scored at 3, 3 1/4, 6 3/4, and 7.5. This last little bit with the smallest area, this one's the big one, the 3" one. This one we're going to corner round. So we're going to put that in our corner rounder here. Any corner rounder will do that you have. And you're just going to corner round that one. And while we have that out, we're just going to corner round our DSP too. So 2 of the same long side pieces. If your paper is directional, you will do the bottom 2 corners. So right here, well, it sounds like my kids are home from school. This is why I usually do my videos a little bit sooner. They're not too noisy. All right, so here is that piece. And then we will, before we go too much further, I'm going to cut my tag at 3 inches. So I'm going to put this in at 3 inches at the edge here, and then just slice that off. That's just an extra little piece there. And now this creates a nice looking tag that kind of looks like a tea bag. So we're going to put this together now. All right, so this just folds up like this. So you do want to kind of fold it to make sure that everything is oriented the right way. Let's go ahead and add our DSP to the front and to the flap before we can do it afterwards, because then we do want to make sure that this is put together right. All right, so we have our little accordion folds, and you want this to have the mountains up. This is the valleys. We don't want it this way. We want it this way. Mountains up, and then you're going to put adhesive on both of those sides. They should have peaks. And we want to use our Stampin' Seal Plus. You could use tear and tape, but since we're doing craft fair things, you want the fastest option to mass produce, and this is faster because you don't have to remove that backing. Sorry about all the noise. They're romping in. All right, so those are those 2 pieces. The inside edge goes inside the edge. So we want this first fold to be on the edge of the front here, like so. And just press that there. This one stuck to my finger. Before we glue this to the back, we're going to put the other side on. So again, the open edge here is going to go inside the front. And this first fold line is going to go on the edge here. So we're just going to tuck that in here like that. And it looks a little crazy right now, but we're going to put this together. All right, so one side at a time, we're just going to accordion fold that down. It doesn't go flat because we have this gusset here. So you will have to kind of hold that back piece and slowly line it up against that back edge. Like that. There we go. And I can press that with my fingers or a bone folder on the inside there. It's kind of bowing out a little bit, but once you give it a pinch, it all sorts itself out. So now we can do this other side. And again, this folded line, the first folded line goes on that edge. So we'll accordion fold this shut so that it kind of tucks in there a little bit nicer. And put that all the way up against the fold there. This one's probably the trickiest one because it's the last one. I'm going to go this way. Whoop. I didn't have this much trouble with the other ones because I wasn't on camera. All right, here we go. So there's our cute little accordion folder. And now we can decorate it. So we're just going to put this DSP on the front. Again, that's 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. Just like that. Super easy. And then on the top flap, this is why you might want to wait to decorate the front. If your paper is directional, you won't get confused about which side this is front or, you know, top or bottom or anything. So we'll put that piece on the front there. And now we can put this piece on to create our tuck fold. So first we're going to just hold this shut. So you're going to hold that over the edge there. And then we're going to put dimensionals right underneath that lip. So I'm going to find my dimensionals. Here they are. And kind of hover where this goes so I can see how wide they can go. So I'm going to put them up there, and then I would need to support the rest of this too. So we don't want any dimensionals up on this top one, just on the bottom ones. So I can go all the way down to there, and then maybe a little bit in the middle. You know what, I'm going to use some of the edge here because that will provide some good support for the middle. Unnecessary. I just like it to be extra. So this is from the Humble Home punch bundle. It's super cute. I have a link to that in the description, or a description of the order number if that speaks to you. We also have featured the Reindeer Fun bundle. All right, so now you can just center this on the front without even looking at the top, actually. And then this should just tuck right under there. It is important that this is on dimensionals, so the top flap does have some room to tuck in there. Isn't that cute? So that is all decorated. It didn't take too long, right? And we can put some tea in there. Here is our tea. We got our herbal tea in this one. And then we got to make our cute little tag. So I'm just going to do some stamps from our cute little Reindeer Fun bundle, and I want to do a quick 1/8 of an inch hole punch at the top and put a little piece of twine in there. We have some real red and white twine that looks cute with all of this. We often have linen thread that looks good with everything. Any kind of little twine will do and look real cute. All right, so there is our cute little tag, and we want to decorate that real quick with this. I really like this as little accents. So in case somebody is giving this for, I don't know, any reason for Christmas, I don't have a to or a from. It's just a generic little holly. They're so cute. So I'm just doing in the corners there. All right, so there's our cute little hollies in the corner. Put our ink pads away. Again, of course, if you were making this in bulk, you'd just be doing all of your stamping at once. And then we have that as the little tag. That's it. So now we just tuck it in and we are good to go. So the tea I did find on Amazon. Let's see, it says buy the cup. I will again put the link in there. I did the cost analysis as 27 cents each. It did come with these honey sticks too, but they're pretty long. I didn't figure out how to incorporate those, and they're not enough for each of the tea bags. So, oops, I hit the camera, but it has 7 different flavors, so that is an option for you to use. And then the difference for this box, this one is 3 inches tall. This one is 3.5 inches tall. So the difference in dimensions, this one's 3 inches wide. The base is 9 3/4 long. And you'll do the scoring on that one. And I'll put this in the directions as well, in the dimensions, the description rather. 3.5, 4 1/4, 7 3/4, and 8.5. And then your DSP is just going to be 2 7/8. I'm sorry, 2 3/4 by 3 1/4. And then the top one's an inch tall, 2 3/4 by an inch tall. That's the only difference. So then you'll have a little bit more room for these taller candies. You know, what would also fit in here is probably these gummy bears. These could probably fit in this one or in this one. I love those gummy bears. So I'll get all of these cute little treat holders back out, and then I can start making these in bulk here. I hope that you liked this idea, and I would love to hear your ideas for things that sell well at your craft fairs. Please share with us and give us ideas of what to make and what your bestsellers have been over the years so that we can all learn from each other. Oh, my camera decided to turn off, so I will just thank you for watching and subscribing to my email list. If you haven't done that yet, make sure you go to email.orderwithdeb.com, and you can purchase any of these Stampin' Up supplies in my online Stampin' Up store. The link to that is orderwithdeb.com. How much would I sell these for? Terry is asking. That's a great question. Okay, so if I think that it depends on whether you have it with candy or with the tea. I didn't calculate out the chocolate. That's a great question. I will put that in the description. Again, I'll calculate it out. I like to take the cost, including every little piece here, and it depends on whether I have gems in there or whatever too. But I'm thinking that they'll probably be somewhere around $4 to $5. And then I always have a discount for multiples. So like the tea or the hand warmers, I was going to sell these $4 or 3 for $10. So I might have a mix and match with those. That was day number 1, by the way, if you missed that. Day number 2, ooh, we got to go back and look. Day number 2 was that these little things? Our cute little covered sticky notes. And then we had mini purses with teeny tiny Tic Tacs and little tiny lip gloss. And then we had our book, these little book treat pouches, boxes. And now our little tea pouches. Very cute. Thank you so much for joining me. And again, if you missed any of these projects, I will be emailing you a link to all of those videos again so you can take a peek. All right. I'm getting another question. Sorry, do you think that the Little Debbie gingerbread cookies would fit in the house box? I don't know. You could try it. This is 3 inches by 3 inches, and it has a little bit of a 1/2 inch gusset on the side, so you kind of lose a little bit of width here, unless it's skinny enough to fit. It could probably squeeze. You'll have to see what the dimensions are for that cookie. I'm not familiar with that one. All right. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Have a great day.